Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Read. Today, we are going to be diving into a new webcomic. This one being an oldie but a goodie, and one that not a lot of people know about, but still a very solid comic that kind of elevates beyond its initial premise. And surprisingly, still goes on to this day, despite the fact that I had rarely heard anyone ever even talk about this. Hell, I don't even remember how the hell I found this. But the comic that we are going to be reading today is a comic called Bear Nuts by Alison Acton. Not Action, Acton. I don't know where she's from. But joining us today, we have with us a slew of some new and some old people joining us. First, to start us off, we have with us David, back again.
Yes, hello. Glad to be back.
We missed you in the last episode. We needed you, man.
Why?
There was this big black guy with dreads. He was gonna punch a guy in the face. It would have been perfect.
Oh, man.
But anyway, also returning for the first time in a while is our good friend Gartham.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. But joining us, I think, first time, I don't know if you were here for the last time, but it's Ray, a good new guy, Ray.
I am probably a terrible person. Also, I think I've done this one other time before because I was a pirates in one of your last reads.
Oh, yeah. Also returning, our mainstay, we have with us Stanton. Hi.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be back and excited for a new comic.
Oh, yes. And this is quite a good one, too. And also with us is trapped in the Magic 8 Ball, a newcomer, her active nothing. Picked him up off the street to listen. He was curious, so we just have him in the Magic 8 Ball, and he's just taking a little tour.
Hey, everyone. Yeah, I'm new to comics, actually, so it'd be interesting to get exposed to comics.
You're not supposed to speak. The Magic 8 Ball is the non-speaking role.
Sorry. Stuff me back in there.
No one ever stays in the Magic 8 Ball.
Not by choice.
Let us get started. So, a bit of backstory. The basic premise of Bear Nuts is very simple. It's basically a parody of Care Bears, but with adult sort of mannerisms and stereotypes thrown into there. So there's like evil bear, there's a lecherous bear, there's nerd bear, and there's Prozac bear, who is the protagonist, Prozac bear. You'll learn what that means. But starts off, we have a bit of narration. So, David, why don't you take that?
Okay, give me a sec. Everyone loves going to the zoo. Kids and adults alike have wonderful new experiences that make memories that will last a lifetime. At the zoo, you can see exotic animals in their natural environment. You can learn how animals interact with each other. And how animals interact with people. But as much fun as a zoo can be, life on the other side of the bars is a different story. Is it possible to stay sane when you're locked behind bars so an endless parade of people can stare at you? In the case of the discount zoo bear population, it may already be too late.
Okay, so Stanton, you're going to be Prozac. He is the light blue bear. And Ray, you can be evil bear. It's the gray hair one with the horns.
Okay, so I'm going to be the white one.
Yeah. And I'll just do the grunts for Tank.
I'm so bored.
Find a way to entertain yourself, then.
Are you feeding him garbage again?
Not my fault he likes it.
Right. You're just gonna make him sick.
Look, Mommy, those bears are standing on 2 feet. Those silly bears think they're people.
Ooh, how many did he take? Bash. Ow! Why do you always do that?
It's in my nature, I guess.
Rummage.
I have an idea.
Silly bear. Mommy, why isn't that bear moving?
Maybe he's sleeping, honey. Do you think this will work?
Small humans are dim.
Shh.
But his eyes are open. Ah!
Just cut out there.
In response to the fake bear incident, the zookeepers in the large mammals section had a new problem to address.
Well, Bob, I reckon they're bored.
So the zoo will install some new features to hopefully enliven the bears.
What is that?
It's a tire swing.
What's it do?
It's doing it.
I think I'm stuck.
Following that, an upgrade was made to the water habitat.
Now I'm bored and wet.
And lastly, a big log.
Okay, I'm up. Now what?
This is lame.
Yeah, how dense do they think we are?
I know it sucks, but we have to be careful. When you're outside, act like a mindless bear and entertain the obnoxious small humans. Hey, we all remember what happened to Sloth Bear. He ate so much, he became too expensive to keep.
Hey, come see how fat this bear is. Hey, fat bear, have a sandwich.
That's it. We'll have to drug his food tonight. Ship him out in the morning.
In the wild, huh? Poor guy won't know what hit him. That could happen to us!
His hygiene was atrocious.
Fruit.
Whore.
Anyway, let's just pretend to enjoy their entertainment. Or we could lose our cushy pad with food served to us on platters.
Call this food?
Yeah, that's item 2 on our agenda.
It burns!
Oops.
So what do we do for fun?
How about dating?
Guys, I might have a solution on the entertainment issue.
That was fabulous.
The next morning,
See? I told you they'd warm up to the new apparatus. They're so happy. What about those constipated hippos?
It's so your turn.
Morons.
Dun, 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 dun.
They order a TV.
Next on Animal Planet, the majestic grizzly bear. There you get to see all of the bears all together.
constant captivity and exposure to humans change zoo animals. Behavior patterns may alter due to boredom and human influence. The animals are more observant than we realize. With the largest exhibit and the greatest number of animals cooped up together, the bears were the most affected. A popular attraction, lots of people came to see their antics and abnormal behavior. There was tank bears, drunken, stumbling.
Wow. Wow. Honey.
Is that bear drunk?
Honey, bears can't get drunk.
But he walks like daddy.
Evil bears' antisocial behavior. Kay and Lech constant quarreling.
Crunch. Oof.
Evil bears' artistic expression.
What?
And some other stuff we needn't get into.
Never mind, kid.
But one bear, the unspoken leader of the bunch, was always there to maintain the peace. Prozac bear was the perfect mediator.
He hit me.
I didn't.
Even Evil Bear listened to him.
Broke my glasses.
Come on, you two. The sun is shining. Birds are singing. Why don't you just smile at each other
Most of the time.
and be happy?
He was also an able administrator who kept the bears from revealing their unbear-like activities to the keepers. They all knew any animal not fitting in would be quickly shipped out. Prozac implemented a rotating system where each bear took turns outside entertaining the human gawkers.
Hey, it's your turn.
Where are you going with that book?
But I'm at the best part. I can't put it down now. They won't know any better. They'll just think I'm looking at it. Why does he get to do it?
Ah, come on, look at this. The sun-kissed look is so hot right now. And look at me so pasty. If only I had his rugged complexion. That would be fab.
But seriously, you can't just sit out here with all that stuff. Not any of the things that
Well, but I
I've done,
can't
and that
even
don't.
get an even 10 inside. Now, can I? Jeez. Am I hot or what?
You can't tan.
Why don't they understand how hard it is to be beautiful?
You want a beer?
Me. You know, we could try dyeing your fur.
Ooh, I like Paris's dog. That's hot.
Swipe.
Yes, Prozac was the linchpin that kept the bears happy and in line.
You know, you really shouldn't eat anything he gives you.
Hopefully, the drug supply doesn't run out. Prozac was born in a different zoo, one open to the idea of experimental drug programs on animals.
Dinner.
The runt of the litter.
Toss. Smoosh.
Prozac was constantly bullied by his siblings, and soon developed rage issues.
Whoa there, little fella. This'll calm you down. Shh. There you are, back with Mom.
And so the keepers soon found the perfect cocktail that would keep baby Prozac the happiest infant in the zoo.
Maybe. I'm better off without.
Image-obsessed style whore.
At least I bathe.
Can you please talk to that pansy? He's taken over the kitchen. Hey! What'd you do that for?
Hungry.
Thanks again for your help with this.
Hey, the females will love it.
What? Alright, females. What's his problem? Hi.
Went out trick-or-treating this year. Don't forget these important safety tips. Go in a large group and take appropriate safety equipment like reflective tape and flashlights.
I look ridiculous.
You look awesome.
Only eat individually wrapped in unopened candy.
Those puncture marks.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And of course, be careful not to eat too much or you may feel sick.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Hey.
That's right.
Ah!
What happened?
Oh my god.
The Zoo Bears soon found that the absence of Prozac's usual cheerfulness left them all miserable, and in some cases, sore.
Ow! What did you do anyway? I just wanted a cookie.
I've called this meeting to discuss what we're going to do about our strung-out junkie friend.
Who put you in charge?
I did. I am, after all, wearing this utterly fab cap of authority. And not only do I cut a rakish figure, it certainly won't go with any of you.
Blow it out your ass, Fruit Loop. There's no cap of authority, and everyone knows I'm second in charge anyway.
Hey, why should you be in charge?
Yeah, why should any one of us be in charge? I bet even Tanked could do it.
Tanked?
Oh.
Here's what I think.
Say that!
Everyone knows I should be in charge.
I'm not comfortable with that.
Quit squabbling, children. Neither that nor this will help us. The pain of withdrawal is hardest on Prozac. What can we do to take away his suffering? That will relieve ours in turn.
But I like suffering.
Well, we could get more of these.
Hey, his pills. Do the keepers have more?
No, I checked. The computer had a large reorder logged recently, but I couldn't find any. What could happen to 40 bottles of mood enhancers?
Can we find these at a store?
I'll find the nearest place.
We'll have to go at night so we're not seen.
But I'm afraid of the dark.
Well, it's settled then. Now, where's my hat? Ah, that was Gucci.
Ow! I stubbed my toe!
Shh. Yes, we must be quiet and not wake anyone. We must be as stealthy as a bear in the wild, hunting for its prey. We'll pass unbeknownst to the lesser creatures.
God, is Gucci that old?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. They had Gucci back in 2008.
Well, yeah.
Super
Gucci-
old. What the fuck?
Yeah,
are you guys
Gucci is
talking about?
old. What are you talking about, guys?
I don't know. I don't follow Gucci.
I don't either, but I know that it's like one of the big luxury brands.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. I thought they were more like Supreme, but no. I remembering it.
Oh, God.
So, the company Gucci actually turns 100 years old this year.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Never
Okay,
mind.
I didn't know they were that old.
Just like our forebears, the silent kings of the great forests.
Ooh, that's so inspiring.
Pricks.
Birds in the wild are excellent foragers. With every sense finely tuned, bears can find food in even the most hostile environments.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hey. Shum. Hey. Hey. T. Don't forget to tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. Drugs galore.
I wish CVS or Walgreens was called that instead.
Drugs galore. Wait.
Nice.
You guys could have brain damaged him.
Oh.
I've already conceded at this point, haven't I?
Hurry up, guys.
All right, I'm here if you need me.
Hey.
Hey,
Big A.
You know what?
Big A.
Why don't you take over for Letch?
let's split up, find what we came for, and get out of here. Remember, just what we came for.
Bossy.
Oh my god, these are fabulous. Auburn Harlot, so fierce.
So gay.
What? Gay? Huh? Me? Seriously, what gave you that idea? Like, come on. I'm not gay.
Another sequel? I can't wait. Ooh, new action figures.
Large, small, ribbed for extra pleasure. Why aren't there any for bears? XL, I guess.
These strawberry flavored ones are good.
Dude, you're eating latex.
Oh, jeez! What if I'm allergic?
Hurry up, guys. It's time to leave.
What?
Look what I found.
Hey, you just got toilet paper. That's not bad.
That toilet paper
Why?
joke was made about 12 years too early.
What? It's 2-ply.
Someone just go find Tanked.
Found and ew.
Man, how much did he eat?
Hurry up! It's almost done.
Hey, what the hell? What are bears?
Ooh, did that touch?
Yeah.
Man, that guy's creepy.
Beautiful.
Okay, time to go.
I hope this works.
Who has the wiener with the pills? How much is too much?
1 bottle equals 1 dose?
Hi, guys. It's so good to see you all working together. We're like one big happy family.
Just please don't do it again.
Do what again?
Ah, you said time would work.
Okay. You know what? We'll go through one more mini bit because these are very small chapters. This says Phalanx is here now.
And over here, we have the majestic giraffe.
Mm.
Blah, 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 giraffes, blah, blah.
Ooh.
Close enough.
Giraffes are always stately and graceful right from birth. You'll never see one stumble.
Ah! Oh my god, is that bone sticking out?
Are you going to shoot him?
Finally, success.
You warned those giraffes. So think they're so bad because they're so tall.
Now that I've perfected the technique, who should my next target be?
Commander, we have a hull breach. What? Feel off the bulkheads. Ventol pressurize ammo in affected areas. Commander, the way you take charge like that in dangerous and emergency situations, it's so. Yes. Commanderly.
Perhaps I'm becoming too predictable.
Just move on.
It's more fun when you're not looking anyway. Ugh, this is too easy.
Seriously? God, it's like 10 in the morning. I expect this from him, but not from. Oh my god, what are you wearing? A fanny pack?
Of evil.
Whatever. That's so 80s, seriously. That's right. Get with the times, friend.
Smack.
Fashion over function, I guess.
Ah.
He just carries a fucking rock in the fanny pack.
What happened?
Evil.
What?
It's been such a traumatic morning.
Arseface.
Hmm. Ouch, did I sit on something? Ow! 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 Ow, 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 ow,
Wow, 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 wow.
ow.
What's going on?
He says his ass hurts.
Is it hot in here? Seriously, can we turn down the heat? I'm too young for this.
And what happened to your hair?
Evil. Ah!
What are you doing? And that's where we're going to end it for now. Next time, we're going to be actually getting into a bit of plots. So, doesn't matter that, we don't have some of the other boys in here. They won't be missing much other than just what the characters are. But for those of you that were here, what did you guys think?
I really like this one. I think this is a very well done comic.
I'm surprised I haven't
Yes.
heard of this. This would have been right up my alley at the time when I was reading comics like this.
Yeah, it's a real true classic, and I think it's still like in terms of a gag a day, it doesn't fall into the similar trappings, especially of those that we've already taken a look at, like Modest Medusa or things like that. It's just classic comic strips, and its style is very nice for what it is.
I
This-
am very happy with the character I ended up playing with this. I will say that.
Oh, Evil is great. Evil is one of the best characters. We actually will end up getting more into him and kind of fleshing out his character in the next chapter that we're going to be reading in
God,
the Book
I hope
of
I
Evil.
can be there. God, I
Oh,
hope I can
it's
be there for this.
This comic does really well is that it clearly establishes the different personalities between the bears, and then it just makes those personalities clash with each other.
This,
yeah.
this feels like a very, I don't want to say like cliche, but like it's kind of nice to read something like this because it feels like very common for the type of humor that was around in 2008, especially on TV and stuff. Reading this in 2021, it's kind of nice because I don't really see stuff like this anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where a lot of comics nowadays, they are very plot driven and character motivated things, and they try to add more complexities. And while the comic does kind of do that, especially in the next chapters that we're going to be reading, especially once we get through the Book of Evil, like we get to see more depth in these characters that wasn't previously there. But it's nice because it is very simple. It has its set sort of basis of being this Care Bears sort of parody. And it doesn't stray too far from that. It does its own thing, but it still has that basic premise, which, again, also helps aid with what Gartham mentioned in solidifying the characters. Because this one is the gay one. This is the wannabe Chad one. This is the nerd one. This is the evil one. This is the retarded one. That's obligatory for every 2008 comic.
Well, and
So-
not just comics either. I'm talking about like even TV shows at the time. Like this, in an odd way, of all of the shows that this reminds me of is Ugly American, which I don't know if many people ever saw that show.
I don't think I've heard of it. No.
I've never heard of the show. No.
It was a very, very short-lived Comedy Central show where the premise is that like imagine like all of like the ridiculous kind of like supernatural shit that you could think of from like fantasy novels and stuff, and then like it's just exists in modern day America alongside other modern kind of crap and whatnot. And the main character is actually like a social worker that has to deal with all this stuff. So his roommate is like a zombie. His main coworker is like 1,000-year-old wizard, and his boss is a literal demon. It was a lot of stuff like that. It was also kind of a very dry type of humor. It was an interesting show, but it kind of reminds me of this because the show never really got into like heavy plot kind of stuff. I mean, it had its plots for every episode, but it kept things very simple, relatively speaking, from episode to episode.
Yeah.
And I don't mind if stuff wants to or like, you know, stories and stuff want to expand or do like an arc or whatever. It's just like when
It's
it
when
doesn't-
when every fucking comic or story does it, it starts to become stale. Sometimes
Well,
it's nice to have
when
fast
they
food.
yeah, well, especially too when they want to set it up from the very beginning and give you no time to really get introduced to any of the stuff.
Yeah.
Or they're the opposite problem where they have stuff that they want to, they have like a really long running story that they want to establish, but they take forever getting to the fucking point. Steven Universe.
Yeah.
This webcomic also hits that comedy button really well.
That's the other big thing about this.
Because any webcomic, mostly like in my case, people will mostly read it for the comedy. And then the plot is just kind of a little something that helps it along.
Yeah,
and that's what this comic does really well. Has tons of comedy, but at the same time, it has something that's going on, so we can still move forward.
Yeah. You can, and I think this is a good starting off point because you get a good, even though we've only read like a few pages, only 46 pages, we have a firm understanding of the characters and the stakes and the kind of dynamics that they have. It's just nice. And the way that I call this comic is that it's like fast food. You know, you're not here for a big, fulfilling, delicious, scrumptious, fucking exotic fucking meal that you gotta like take in 3 bunches. Like, this is just fast food. You come in for a laugh and you come in and you stay for the jokes. And it does it well.
You know what I would honestly call this kind of comic?
What?
It's like the perfect brownie.
Hmm.
Because like there's nothing like nutritional or anything about eating a brownie.
Yeah.
But God, if it don't taste great.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all you really want. Sometimes that's all you really need.
Yeah, there's nothing substantial or like, you know, really thought provoking or anything like that about this comic. It's just it tastes good when you're consuming it.
Scratches the itch. In either case, David, what did you think of the comic as well?
I like the art a lot, and yeah, like you said, sometimes you don't need to be awfully,
Elaborate,
complicated elaborate to have something nice, to have something good. So
Yeah.
I do appreciate simplicity.
It is a shame that this comic isn't as big as it was. Oh, wait, no, now I remember why I found this comic. I actually found this through Top Web Comics because it was trending for a bit. And then it's kind of left off. But
well, before you end it, one more. I agree with what everyone else has said. It is a really interesting comic with kind of a Care Bear plot. I don't know. I think it's a pretty cool thing, and I think it's uniquely still relevant, even being 12 years later. It still feels fresh to me. Or I think it's aged really well, and I'm looking forward to reading the rest. Whoever did the casting for this, freaking spot on. He nailed it.
Hi. It's wonderful. Failings. What did you think of Bear Nuts?
I barely read it, and it seems like fun. That's all I have to say, really. But yeah, it seems like fun. Care Bears was obviously the first thing I thought of when I saw the art. It seems quite nice. Yeah.
Well, it's nice, ain't it? Quite nice.
No, these aren't the Care Bears. These are the Hate Bears.
Ah, yes.
Oh, wow. I had
If I had one criticism of the comic, there are some times where the characters will talk, but they don't have that nice white speech bubble. And so it was very hard for us to notice them. Although I think, well, you know what? That may be a criticism for us because we were actually reading it. I bet if you just read this comic on your own, that probably wouldn't be that big of an issue.
Yeah, it's part of art style. Like,
Yeah.
normal comic paneling.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's kind of typical of comics. It's just usually when they do stuff like that, it's I don't know, it's usually like automatopoeia or sound effects.
Yeah.
Kind of weird to see it like actual voiced lines.
In either case, I think that's gonna do it for us. This has been Amazil and the boys. Come join us next week when we continue on with Bear Nuts and we read the Book of Evil, in which Evil gets his own character arc, kind of. And we see what true evil looks like. Till then, this has been Amazil and the boys. It's time to say goodbye, boys.
Bye.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Goodbye.